Hey, I'm Jacob.
And I'm Evan.
All topics presented in this podcast are highly likely to contain spoilers.
We tell you this as a courtesy to you, the listener, so that we may not ruin any movies or shows for you.
Thank you for listening.
This has been your spoiler warning.
Well, welcome to Your In Depth. Today we're going to cover The Mandalorian. We made a bit of an exception because it's a current running series, so we thought we'd jump into that. Evan, how have you been doing?
Frickin' fantastic.
All right. We have a guest with us today, my wife.
Howdy.
Waifu.
And we're going to refer to her as
Whatever you guys want.
something that will come to us later on.
Sulfirette.
I suggested Ewan McGregor, which
Sulfirette.
I don't think.
I'm fantastic. Thanks for asking.
Wait, what did he say?
Sulfirette.
Oh, okay, that's kind of dumb, but that's all right. We'll just go with whatever. But yeah. So we wanted to cover The Mandalorian as the second season is now out, and it is a current running TV show, and then we will return back to the Clone Wars once we get through it. But Evan, do you have any Star Wars news that you've seen recently, or should we just get on into it?
The Lego Star Wars game, Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga Chronicle thingamajig. It comes out soon. I don't know the exact date off the top of my head, but yeah.
Oh, that's fine. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, I did a news episode last upload, and that was just kind of, said some stuff there. I haven't seen anything new since then. But anyway, let's, I guess, get into The Mandalorian, Season 1, Chapter 1, just titled The Mandalorian.
Indeed.
Just the quick summary that it gives says, a Mandalorian bounty hunter tracks a target for a well-paying, mysterious client. And since Ewan, or Sulfirette, has not seen or seen the Clone Wars or know much about the background to what exactly Mandalorians are, I went ahead and looked up on Wikipedia. Still love that name, and I will acknowledge that every time I say it. The entry for Mandalorians and Mandalore. It says that the Mandalorians were a clan-based ethnic group that was comprised of members from multiple species, all bound by a common culture, creed, and code. They originated on the planet Mandalore in the galaxy's outer rim territories, and had a particularly important role in galactic history as legendary warriors against the Jedi. From their homeworld, Mandalorians had flourished across Mandalorian space and the galaxy at large, colonizing worlds such as Kalevala, something, I don't know, some made-up words. But the entry for Mandalore, their home planet, says it was a planet located in the Outer Rim territories. It was the homeworld of the Mandalorians, a fearsome and warmongering people who fought the Jedi and raided their temple during the fall of the Old Republic. Wearing distinctive armor, they were feared throughout the galaxy, and had political influence over 2,000 other star systems.
Yeah.
However, years of war left the planet inhospitable, forcing the Mandalorians to live within domed cities. A pacifist regime came to power at the end of these wars, led by something or another, blah, 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 and just kind of, yeah. So I wanted to include that because the entry for Mandalorians, it points out that, where exactly was it? It was
right there.
Shut up. Said it was the homeworlds of the Mandalorians, homeworld of them, a fearsome and warmongering people who fought the Jedi and raided their temple during the fall of the Old Republic. So there is kind of that reputation that you start to see in the Mandalorian of, Mandalorians. So maybe some of it stems from the fall of the Old Republic. Would you say that's maybe accurate, Evan?
Yeah, that's pretty accurate because And even in the Star Wars Old Republic game, for one of their trailers, it shows the Sith attacking the temple. And there's even, if I'm not mistaken, there's a Mandalorian alongside the Sith fighting with them. I don't know if it's just like a contract that one was doing or what exactly, but
yeah,
you know, even in that game and part of the cutscene, they included a Mandalorian.
Okay, and I know later on in the Clone Wars we get to see like the some of Mandalorians, and wasn't there? I mean, there was a whole episode like you know, and what season is that even in? It's like Siege of Mandalore or something. I don't know what it was called.
Oh, in Clone Wars.
Yeah,
we see them a lot in season 7.
What is that sound?
That is my brother playing something in the background.
Ah, well, it is very like kind of sets our tone a little bit. It sounded really like majestic. It's kind of neat.
I don't know why it would set our tone then. We're kind of chaotic and all over the place.
What?
I don't know why it sets our tone then.
No, just because we're talking about the Mandalorians, right? So we're going back and we're just like the Mandalorian, and all you hear is like this, just like music, just kind of like like sounding like a historical flashback. Is this whatever? But anyway, let's I guess get into the episode itself. I think so. I looked it up, and the Mandalorian roughly takes place about 9 after the Battle of Yavin, right? About 9 there.
There's an actual term for it in Star Wars that like the fan base uses to be able to like track events. So like you have BBY, which is before the Battle of Yavin.
ABY.
And then I think it's ABY after the Battle of Yavin.
That's what
but after the fall of the Empire, like after the Emperor is defeated, is about 5 years after, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, yeah. So now I didn't see I didn't make note of what actual like planet it starts off on. Are you aware of that? Because I know it's like an ice planet. You know, he enters in to this bar where there's this blue dude.
Yeah, so like,
you know,
I don't know the actual name of the planet, but
okay,
just for some context for the listeners, like he's in the middle of one of his contracts,
right,
as a bounty hunter looking into this guy. He's got that weird little tracky device that has a little red light on it, you know, right at the opening.
A bounty puck.
Yeah. And, you know, he uses that along with other bounty hunters in this show to track their target.
Right. Right. That's kind of it displays like basically a headshot of them, and has I think the listed bounty or something, but it gives shows them.
That's the puck itself, but they use a different device that has like a little red flashing light on it. I think as they get closer to their target, it flashes faster. That type of thing.
Yeah. I thought that... Oh, it was a bounty puck and one of those that they're usually given, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a tracking device.
Right.
Yeah, so like before a bounty hunter would choose what bounty they want to take, they would see the puck, see who the target is for that puck, see what the reward is. I would assume the puck would give some sort of like last known location, if the person is like considered deadly or not, that type of stuff.
Yeah, probably just information they need to know in order to get their target. But anyway, our main character, the Mandalorian, walks in and because he's tracking this guy, this blue guy, I don't know, and he like spills some big dude's drink or something, and the guy gets all confrontational. And then you wanna, do you have the episode pulled up like usual?
Yeah, I've got it right here.
Okay.
And so basically, you know, as you said, Mando walks into the bar and his target's having that confrontation, and the guy's trying to pay the 3 other dudes that are like I would say, more or less assaulting him.
Yeah, they're roughing him up a little bit. They're mad at him about something.
Yeah, and Mando walks in and everybody kind of turns their heads over to him. Because at this point in time in the Star Wars galaxy, Mandalorians are very rare. You don't see them very often. So, like, when you do see one, it's an oddity. It's just strange. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so, like, everyone there in the bar is just, like, looking over at him like, oh, wow, look, a Mandalorian. Oh, my God, blah, 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 blah. And,
meanwhile, the Neanderthals are all upset.
Yeah, the troublemakers are, I'm assuming they're drunk. And they're just looking for trouble.
Looking for some trouble to make.
Yeah, and once Mando walks in, the one says, "Oh, you spilled my drink," and Mando, being a Mandalorian, doesn't talk very much. And doesn't even acknowledge him.
Right, and the guy comes up and like kind of basically starts like he gets up in his face. Yeah. Right up in his helmet, and he just like he like ends up like. I want to say he like takes a knife and like nicks his armor. He does something to create a spark to kind of like be like, watch it. Either way, it agitates him. And he just goes all like Jason Bourne on him. And I
would just like to add real quick. One thing that needs to be noted about Mandalorians and the armor that they wear. Yeah. Is that the armor is made up of a very valuable, very rare material. And it's called Beskar. And so, like, it's, like I said, very valuable, very rare. It's got a very high, I don't even know what word I'm thinking is for, but it's, like, very highly sought after. Yeah. And so, since there's so little, like, some people, like, some of these hooligans here in this first episode in the opening scenes would maybe want to try and take on Mando to get the armor for a good chunk of change in their pocket.
Yeah. So they're trying to start something to try to probably defeat him and steal his armor. It's basically kind of what they're probably thinking.
Yeah, basically they'd either want to like kill him or just beat him to a pulp and then take his armor is what they would try and do. Yeah. Probably more or less what they would try and do.
That doesn't go too well because one of them ends up being half the man he used to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you said, Mando just kind of, goes ham on him.
Yeah. One of which that was a reference to. He got dragged through the door, and when the guy started trying, I think, to shoot at him, he closed the door and cut the guy in half. Meanwhile, this blue guy that is his bounty, is his target, thinks he's there to save him. And he's like, oh, thank you, whatever. And then he kind of starts piecing it together. He's like, oh, that's me, right? Because he like puts down the bounty puck.
Yeah. And so, as you said, he puts the bounty puck down. And at this point, like the blue guy, I'm not even sure what race he is, honestly. But, he's kind of, like, trying to talk his way out of it. Like, oh, there must be a misunderstanding. I can get you credits. Like, I can pay you handsomely. I can, all this other stuff trying to, get out of it. But it's not going to fly with, honestly, with a lot of bounty hunters in Star Wars. Because typically if someone has a bounty on them, they're not going to be able to pay more than the bounty itself. And also, if a bounty hunter gets that reputation of just letting bounties go because they get paid off by the bounty itself,
nobody's gonna hire them.
Yeah, they lose their job.
Right. One note that I think our guest made was what?
Oh no.
Was just that it's really cool.
And get your conversation in here.
Sulfirette.
Yes.
Actually, by the way, Evan, quick fact of my YouTube channel, Rude, Crude, and Socially Unacceptable, that was coined by our guest here.
Oh. Well, I can't take all the credit for that.
No, you can. You just, well, I guess Pat and I could take partial credit for being individuals that would be described as that. But anyway, that was stupid. Whatever. Anyway, you pointed out that, especially coming from the standpoint of you and I binged this series and we're all up to date.
Yeah.
It's really cool to see his armor where it is in episode 1, in chapter 1. Yeah, because and seeing it evolve
compared to where we see it, with the new episode that came out on Friday last week.
Right. Yeah.
I would say that's the beauty of all Star Wars, is that the characters are definitely not flat characters. They're very dynamic. And even like with the blue guy, he's such a minor character in this first episode, but we see his like level of dishonesty right from the get-go. He was dishonest about like the amount of money he can pay. And we're going to see it again later on in the episode.
Yeah.
And you can see it in every character. They're not flat characters at all. And
no.
So it's so neat.
No, absolutely not. Like,
sorry, go ahead.
It's so neat that as you watch The Mandalorian, you're going to see more of like the character of Mando. You think he's kind of like a flat character to begin with, but then slowly, right away, you start realizing like certain parts of him, and slowly like the complexity of him begins to unfold a little bit, and we see more of the glimpse of his entire life. Although we still never get to see his face. So sad.
You sure? You don't remember?
Well, okay, yeah, I do remember.
Okay.
I didn't want to spoil it.
Oh, well, whatever. Anyway, so, and I gotta agree with that. Just really quick, just the the characters. There are all of them are very good characters. Especially one of which that we have seen a lot of in the Clone Wars. Evan, if I'm not mistaken, you wrote some fan fiction about this character?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have any fan fiction.
Jar Jar.
I hate you with all of my soul.
No, I'm just kidding. Actually, Rose. 28 minutes and 5 seconds. Profanity.
And then you can edit out her name, because I just said her name there too.
I'll just name drop. It's just a little start thing. Regardless,
screw her. No. She's a useless character. There's no reason to have her in Star Wars at all.
But she saved Finn. Another
completely useless character in Star Wars. I have never heard whining so much in Star Wars from a character besides Anakin in Episode 2. Oh my god.
I hate sand.
No, stop.
Anyway, no. Going back to seriousness, I completely agree with your comment there, because it really is, they do have some pretty good and well-rounded, kind of like characters that you, especially with the Mandalorian, and I'm seeing it especially how they give personality throughout the Clone Wars to each clone. Like there is a lot of depth to each character, and it's very good writing, to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just wanted to point out comment about not seeing his face.
Oh yeah.
And honestly, that's another part that just adds to the mystery of the character.
Yeah.
Which I thoroughly enjoy. And I know, Jacob, you and I have talked about this before.
Yes, we have.
And I always refer back to the Halo games, because the main character, you never see his face.
Right.
It adds to that mystery of the character. It adds that hint of not knowing to the character, which it seems like a minor thing, just not seeing someone's face, but the effect that it has on a character is very, I think it's a very large effect on I'm trying to say it. I'm saying it very poorly.
I absolutely love the main character of Halo too, with that whole thing, and especially his brother Luigi. I think
Jacob,
they're both.
You're really making me consider taking that toaster.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I could go for some toast. Do you want to bring it here?
Sitting in the bathtub with it.
Oh, goodness.
Well, why would you do that? That wouldn't even do anything. I mean, I can understand having some toast in the bathtub, but you could...
The bathtub full of water. And the toaster
plugged in.
plugged
You just get
in.
soggy toast. I don't... Oh, I get it now. Anyway, moving on. So yeah, and then also, okay, so it's probably never explained, but you look at the word Mandalorian, right? Why do they name him Mando? I mean, it kind of makes sense, I guess. It's just kind of shorter, but it's not even an O in the word. Well, there is, but later on.
He's just saying this because I made this comment and he made fun of me.
Yeah.
And so
I'm just going through the notes. You want to know what my exact note says?
He's acting all sassy about it because I brought this up.
My exact note, because you went into this weird... So I said, here's what the note says. Manda/Mando ? Ewan (parentheses wife code name) rhymes with commando, Rambo, Jambo, and then in parentheses continues in ridiculous rhyming words. Because I paused it and then she just kept making up words. I'm just like, all right, we're getting back to it.
Oh God.
Anyway, though, so
that's probably the boringest rabbit trail you went on yet.
This is true.
Okay, guys, let's continue on because we're only 3 minutes into this episode.
Yeah, I actually wrote a time stamp right after that, and the exact marker for the episode is 3 minutes and 39 seconds. We've been currently recording for roughly 10, 15 maybe.
But think about all the content, again, we've already covered, and this is the beauty, again, of the Mandalorian series. It just doesn't... it jumps.
There's so much beneath the surface, Rambo and Jambo and other useless junk.
And I hate sand.
It jumps right to the story. It jumps right into the story, and I love that.
Yeah.
Get out of here, you dirty schmuck! No one loves you.
There you go, Jacob. Evan says it. You can leave now.
You dirty, dirty cat.
Oh.
Fine, you take over. My notes are right there.
No.
Oh, no.
No,
Finally gone.
No.
Baby, come back. You can blame it all on Sulfirette. Baby, come back. I'm so lonely.
Jacob, Evan's singing to you.
Oh, I hear it.
It's really beautiful, though.
Song, you make me want to roll my windows down and cruise.
He's singing the cruise song.
Down a back road, blow, stop sign with you.
That's beautiful.
Cause baby,
So
you're a
beautiful.
firework.
Oh gosh, he's singing Katy Perry now.
You make me feel like I'm living the
I just got some water.
dream. The way you turn me on, I can't sleep. Ain't ever go back. Ain't ever go back.
Evan, you still got that toaster?
Yeah.
Use it.
But I don't want toast right now.
Really quick, just an ASMR of a carrot.
Well, just so you know, Jacob, I just gave you plenty of blooper reel content.
Yeah, he literally did. It was beautiful. My favorite one was the cruise song.
Which one?
Baby,
Another one.
You a song, you make me want to roll my windows down and cruise.
Evan, there's going to be an episode one of these days just dedicated to your singing.
You've got plenty of it.
I know.
And the album cover can be the best man picture of him behind us in the street.
Oh, God.
Yes. I'm just picturing, it's it's just showing that. And the album cover is you just uselessly. By the way, since I might keep this in the episode at this point, just a quick thing. Evan stood at my wedding, and we did some wedding pictures. and one of them were on the main street of a local town, like nearby, and we're scrolling through these pictures that they sent us, the photographer did, and we're just seeing, and it's really, it's like, it's kind of a neat pose, like right down the line is the line in the road is the town behind us and stuff. It's Main Street. And if you look over to the left, Evan is just in the background staring into the sky. He looks lost out of his mind. And he's just... So anyway, it's going to be that picture, and the album cover is that, and it's going to have your name, and then the title of your album is just a question mark.
And then if you do any music videos, it'll start with you with like those shades coming down on his face, and it's like Thug Life.
Yeah, outdated memes 101.
Yes.
All right. Anyway. Okay, resuming roughly around 37 minutes into the recording.
Kind of went on a rabbit trail there, didn't we?
Just a little bit.
Well,
anyway.
Fast forward.
Yes.
Mando got the guy. The end.
Boom. Little kid. Wait, can I say that, Evan? You're in the premises.
No. See, I'm at least 100 feet away from the local school. It's okay.
Okay, cool. I thought it was 100 yards.
Oh. Yeah, I'm 100 yards away from the local school.
All right. So anyway, they didn't say anything about it in the schools.
Gotta find a new apartment.
Anyway, so completely resuming. I need to adjust my timer here.
50 feet. 50 yards.
I feel sorry for your editing later, Jacob.
Yeah,
hey, I got all the timestamp. 50 yards.
I got to show you to fill you in on that. But anyway, so yeah, resuming. Let's get back.
Okay. Anyways,
so he got his guy, right? He's got him. He's taking him back to his ship, and he needs passage to the yards. There's this little anteater boy looking thing, and he's kind of running basically the taxi service. It's like, the people coming around. They got their ride.
Pied Piper of taxis.
What?
Yeah.
What did you say?
I said the Pied Piper of taxis.
I don't fully know what that means.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, sorry. So anyway, so he pulls up a vehicle, and Mando says no droids. He shows off right off the bat. He shows just a bit of distrust for them.
Reminds me of Senior Obi-Wan Kenobi. Not very fond of droids.
Mm-hmm. So that one gets shooed away. On comes another one driven by Santa Claus. So he comes up. They get in, and this thing's like just a rust bucket of a car or a hover thing, and they take off across the thing. He points out something. It's like there's like a, what is it called? A Ravenac?
Giant creatures. Yeah,
yes. And Santa warns them to stay off of the ice.
But the satire is 2 seconds later, he gets gobbled by one.
He gets got.
And then Santa gets ate. And then that blue guy, he's like, stay off the ice. That's the understatement of the millennium. Because like after seeing that big thing just break through the ice and eat Santa Claus.
Got to break free.
Well, and then right when they get to Mando's ship, though, again the blue guy starts talking like, "Oh, I can hire us a shuttle. We don't have to take this piece of crap. We get a nice ship back, and have a good time on our way back. Well, you go to turn me in, and blah blah blah, this, that, and the other." And
just still trying to kind of weasel his way out of it.
He's just trying to like talk his way out of his situation.
Right. Yeah.
But then, blue guy looks back over and
Santa gets eaten.
Big old monster goes.
Yep. And
accurate.
So then then they start to take off, and this thing breaks through and latches onto the ship. And so through some kind of scuffling and trying to figure out, like trying to get out of it, Mando grabs his weapon, whatever it actually is called, and steps out and tases the giant mole rat snake. And then Blue Fishman, after they get back in, gets back in, they take off. They're in space. Blue Fishman, he needs to use the vac tube, which is the pooper. And he starts snooping around instead. I'm sorry, I'm going through this kind of fast, but in this moment, there's not really a lot going on except for some dialogue, but really not much.
I just like the fact that, like, it's like almost like a horse scene where, like, the dogs chew on the horse leg, you know, and then you, like, turn around and shoot the dogs off. Like, why would that monster thing be chewing up a spaceship, you know? It's like, I don't know.
Because it's hangry.
It's hangry.
It's so hangry it could eat some bolts.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, I don't know. There is a couple things like that. Like, it's like, why do they just latch on to... Probably because it's moving, and they think it's like maybe another
like prey trying to
another animal, maybe prey, maybe something that needs to fight. You know, it could be maybe because of that. Not so much that it's trying to eat it, but it just sees it as either a threat or, as Evan said, prey.
That could be.
That might be it. But anyway,
but yeah, during this time though, like right before he goes to use the vac tube, like he's trying to at this point he's just trying to like sweet talk Mando.
Oh yeah.
Like just trying to like get her. I don't even know if at this point he's just trying to like get a reaction out of Mando, like, or what he's trying to do exactly. But like, because Mando's just ignoring it.
And so he's like he's talking to some stuff. That's what I was referring to when I said it was just kind of dialogue. But it was him just being like just saying stuff like, well, so I heard that, or like observing something in the ship, or observing the ship. I don't remember entirely, but it's something to try to compliment him, try to get a reaction out of him.
Yeah.
And then he stands up and it's like, all right, well, I'm going to use the vac tube. And it's like, don't worry, not going to go anywhere, or nowhere to go, basically, I think he said. But anyway, so he goes down there and he starts snooping around. He's making a ton of noise as he's like, might be a while. It's like, come on, it's so obvious. But anyway, you see all these different, the cryo brick things, right? The things that Han Solo was frozen in. By, I think, Boba Fett, wasn't it? It was like kind of his old thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's cool that it connects to, other pieces of Star Wars. In that, but he starts seeing
those slabs that we see. Though those are all different bounties that Mando has collected.
Correct.
And
right.
so he hasn't like dropped them off yet to get paid, and so he does like a mass. I would say like a mass drop. Like he'll collect a bunch of different bounties and then just turn them all in at once for a big payday.
Yeah, or maybe it's just more convenient. I mean, the way I immediately thought of it, it's like similar to. It's like a town nearby has a Walmart and a natural grocery store. I don't know. A bunch of different stops. You wouldn't go to one, then go home, and then go to the next, go back home. It's like you'd hit them all and then come back and kind of just make a loop. But whether or not that's what was going on, or he just wanted a bigger payday, I don't know. Probably didn't want to take the time to whatever. It doesn't matter. He's got a bunch
or
of
waste of fuel, And...
Oh yeah, and mainly probably a waste of fuel would be.
Yeah, well, because I think in this episode he even makes a comment of like one of the bounties or like a couple of the bounties. It says it's not even enough to fill up on fuel for
right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
and
so like it's kind of clear that fuel prices are insanely high right now, especially in the Outer Rim where he is at.
Yeah.
Since the fall of the Empire. But anyway,
so something that the Blue Fish Man brings up as he's down there, he says something about, I sure hope to be back by Life Day, Now, I made note of this because we talked about maybe hopefully eventually covering the holiday special that aired back in whenever. That was actually just absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
But Life Day is their version of Christmas. That was just kind of a
Gotcha.
note that I had. That's what Life Day is. And then right about here in my notes, there was a break for about 30 minutes because our guest wanted to talk about music and film, and how risky Star Wars kind of took it by using the music that they did and how they used it, which I ended up agreeing with you because there was just this whole thing about it, and it's a whole separate probably podcast episode on itself if we were to want to do that. But basically, they make you feel the emotions, and they're utilizing music in that. Not a lot of movies, at least back then, I don't want to say used it in that degree, I think is what we found, but whatever. Either way, we went into a research on that, but that's not something to cover exactly right now. But
well, I don't know. I like that anytime that Mando makes like an attack or like even defending off the spaceship from the water beast kind of deal, you can hear his theme song in the back, and that's pretty trademark, I feel like, of most of Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
There's a theme to the characters and such.
Yeah, there's an iconic theme, especially, and I'd even brought it up because especially like it's unique to a scene, but like a character, but also sets the mood for the scene, similar to the the Imperial March.
Let go of it. Let go.
So you do like your cat.
Stupid cat.
Back to anyway, yeah, just theme music, right? It's very important to kind of setting the tone, especially for a character. And the reference I keep going back to is the Imperial March with Vader. Evan?
Yeah, the Imperial March with Vader.
Yeah, the music that sets kind of the intimidation, the tone that's going on with Vader. They're doing kind of a similar, like kind of a mysterious, like kind of theme to Mando.
Oh yeah, well that's because he's all mysterioso.
Well,
hey,
right.
You don't hiss at me, you stupid cat.
That's
bad
right,
cat.
Never mind. Moving on. So he turns in the bounty, and he's offered different methods of payment. The guy, Chubbs, or whatever his name was, that's from Happy Gilmore if you didn't know. But same guy. I'm pretty sure that's the same guy, ain't it?
I don't know. Don't ask me.
Pretty sure it is. Evan, can't you be helpful?
Probably not.
No, I said, why can't you be helpful?
Oh.
Okay, Carl Weathers, right? Yes, he was in Happy Gilmore. He played Chubbs. I was right. Never mind. Anyway, moving on. He offers him Imperial credits. Mando says you can barely even use those anywhere. The Empire's gone, right? Mm-hmm. And then he offers him calamari flan, right? The Mon Calamari or whatever their names were. The big guppy. It's a trap, guys.
It's a trap.
Yeah. Anyway, it just showed a little bit.
Half with the flan.
Right, and he could only pay half, right? So it kind of shows that there is, there's different,
like different
payment.
money.
That's not the word. Currencies.
Yeah, like
that's the word I'm looking for.
It's like, like today, like with all the different countries around the world, a lot of them have their own types of like their own types of currency. It's the same thing with this, except it's planets instead of countries.
Right. So he gets that whole exchange there is talked about. The Empire is gone, so there's Imperial credits. They're still taken, but they're not really reliable. That's probably the reasoning that he didn't want it. But then Mando is informed by this guy about a deep pocket bounty that is kind of under the radar. Mm-hmm. It's like there's like a I don't know, it's face-to-face contact. He doesn't have really any... It's very, very low.
But before... I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, I'm used to it.
Before that, I just want to point out, like... Before they even get to that bounty, though, like, this guy that's in charge of the guild, as they call it, is, like, telling Mando of other bounties he has, you know? And he's only got the 3, and Mando tries to take all 3 of them.
Right, and he says that he has to disperse that among... Like, there's other guild members, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's very eager to take on bounties. It kind of shows that he's, you know... But anyway, he's informed about that bounty. So he goes and tries to find that. And he enters into this... He goes into this room, and there are a couple different stormtroopers and one really old guy. Now, our guest, you and Sulfirette, sorry, whatever.
Jeez, Jacob.
Had pointed out, she had asked, why is there stormtroopers? Because, you know, it takes place after the Empire is, fallen. Mm-hmm. I think my own kind of what I thought was going on, and I'll present it to see if you have a different point of view, but it's basically, you know, it's pieces of the Empire. Like, it disbanded, but there's still, like, little pieces of people trying to maintain it. Is that kind of maybe what's going on here? This guy was probably higher up, and he's just trying to keep it going. Like, he's like...
Yeah, so
it's like, we have to keep it alive.
Basically what happened after the fall of the Empire, after the Emperor is killed, right? At the end of the 6th movie. If anybody has not seen the 6th movie, well, get out from underneath your rock.
And anybody who has seen the 9th movie, we'll cover it eventually. Yeah. There's some other stuff, whatever.
And after the Emperor is killed in the 6th movie, right?
Yeah.
Basically what happens, and we see this in the Star Wars Battlefront 2 game, the newest one, right?
Oh, yeah.
The Emperor has a failsafe. I wouldn't even call it a failsafe, but like in case I die, message for you know, his commanders and his soldiers and whatnot. Basically saying that, well, since you couldn't even protect me, the Empire is gone now. We're also going to destroy these different planets, blah, 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 other stuff. If you want to know the full extent of that, go play the game. And so basically, like, it's basically what you said, Jacob. You know, like, there's still, like, higher-ups that are trying to maintain their grasp of power. You know, likewise, there's still soldiers or stormtroopers of the Empire that don't want to give up the power that comes with being a stormtrooper. You know, like, stormtroopers are feared throughout the galaxy. And so, like, if you're a stormtrooper and you're in stormtrooper armor, you got some other stormtroopers with you, a lot of times you could just go into, let's say, a restaurant or a bar or wherever else and get food or drink or whatever you want for free because you don't have to pay for it, because you can just threaten them and then they'll back down.
Yeah.
And so, like, the remnants of the Empire are still, like you said, just still trying to grasp power, still trying to stay in control. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But anyways, then some lab type dude, as these guys are talking about how it's like, you know, it's like it's the target, it's like this and that. This little lab dude runs out, and pretty well, I mean, Mando's already on high alert. He draws his gun and aims it at him, and then everybody aims their guns at everybody, and that's like, it's just this standoff.
Yeah.
And he something said, but one of the stormtrooper goes, "We have you 4-1," and like yells at it like, you know, dude, you know, stand down. And Mando just replies with, "I like those odds." I always laugh at that scene. But anyway, in this scene too, Sulfirette had also, I didn't mean to say that with like, there's no resentment towards her. It was just the name. I don't want to get that confused. Anyway, She had said that, you see the kind of contrast between the stormtroopers' armor, especially their helmets, and Mando's. And it's like Mando's like, obviously it's kind of pieced together because he's whatever. His helmet's very shiny. He takes care of his armor. He, and all the stormtroopers were very worn, tattered. But mainly just kind of dirty. I don't know. May have given a little bit about kind of showing that Mando takes, takes care of his armor, takes care of himself.
I think honestly, part of that just comes down to the fact that his armor is made out of Beskar, and it is so rare. So like, unlike stormtroopers, he can't just go down to the armory and get a new helmet if his gets damaged. Well,
yeah, but these stormtroopers also, they're barely it's not like there's a ton of stormtroopers around to get new helmets, and stuff. Like, the Empire's gone.
Yeah, but you also gotta think, though, like, just because the Empire is quote-unquote gone does not mean all of their ships and all of their fighters and all their armory and weaponry and all that stuff is still there,
Yeah.
Like, the Empire is gone because the Emperor was killed and decided that he was gonna... Now that I'm dead, the Empire's gone. But all of the hardware and spaceships, equipment, everything that the Empire used is still around. And so right. More likely than not, I would say this little group of stormtroopers and this old dude that we're seeing, they're not just their own little post of 5 guys. Like, they're part of a larger remnants of the Empire faction. I would say.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I would just say it's a lot easier for the stormtroopers, these troopers that we're seeing right now in this episode, to get new gear if theirs gets damaged compared to Mando getting new gear if his is damaged. Just because of the rarity of the material that's used to make the gear.
Yeah. Okay. So, but anyway, they start discussing the target after things kind of settle down a little bit. And this older guy gives Mando a tracking fob instead of a bounty puck. Or only that instead of both, however they usually go about it. Regardless, he doesn't have all of the usual stuff that he, needs in order, or has in order to track them down. Yeah. They also give him the last 4 digits of the chain code, which apparently is the target's age, which we find out in that is 50. So the target is aged at 50 years old. He only has a tracking fob, and that's it.
Yeah.
But
I do want to point out as well that the old guy here, right? Mm-hmm. So the scientist that comes in says they want the target alive.
Oh, right, yeah.
And the old guy, he kind of goes, yes, alive, but, I understand that bounty hunting can be a challenging profession. So, if you can bring it to us dead, I will give you half of the payment.
Yeah, and then the little lab guy's like, well, that's not what we discussed.
Yeah, and I would just I think it'd be a good thing to point out, I don't think Mando would have any problem bringing it in dead for half of the payment, because he's getting half of the payment of Beskar, which is what he's getting paid in that material,
Yeah.
So if Mando, if he could get a hold of it, I don't think he would have no problem bringing it in dead or alive, preferably alive so he gets more. But the fact that he's getting paid in this rare metal, I don't think he would have any problem bringing it in dead whatsoever at this point in the show.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, he gets a down payment though of that Beskar metal.
Yeah.
And he accepts it. He takes it, and he goes and he upgrades his armor a bit. He's got that. He gets it forged, and made into a little like a little shoulder piece kind of thing.
Yeah, I think
and here's
I think it's called a cauldron.
Maybe
is the fancy term for it.
Anyway, but yeah, so we get a little bit of a glimpse though of the kind of the guild in a way, you know.
Yeah,
it's like
and sorry, I'm because I've got the episode playing right here on my phone and whatnot.
I know.
And I just kind of wanted to point out because I just realized it watching it this time, and I never really picked up on it before. When he gets to the entrance of their like enclave, he kind of like glances around to make sure no one's looking before he goes in. Kind of making sure that no one notices him going into this building. Trying to like kind of keep it a secret, I guess.
Yeah.
Before he enters. I never really picked up on that before. But then, you know, we do get to see a lot more Mandalorians.
Yeah.
And even like the children that we see a couple children, they even have their helmets on still.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically what we're seeing here with this enclave of Mandalorians is what the race of Mandalorians has come to at this point, like, because they've been hunted so much and their population is so low that they have to hide in enclaves in order to, you know, ensure their race's survival.
Right. Yeah, so then, you know, he enters in and he ends up doing his armor upgrade. He gets it forged, and this person's talking to him about some different stuff. And she says that the excess of this Beskar will fund or something like some foundlings.
Yes.
And in the mentioning of these foundlings, which are kind of, if I'm not wrong, kind of younger. I don't. What would you define that as? What a foundling is?
So just a little bit of other background. At this point in Star Wars, right, Mandalorians are not based off of like a race of people from a specific planet or the planet of Mandalore.
Right.
Mandalorian is a lifestyle at this point in Star Wars because their race got so heavily like slaughtered and killed and whatnot and all that.
Yeah.
And so what a foundling is basically a child that is found by a Mandalorian and brought into their civilization. So like any child that like a Mandalorian might find that has lost both of his or her parents, or like whoever their guardian is, right?
Yeah.
Basically, like a Mandalorian will take them in, bring them into their enclave, and they will go through like training and whatnot. I'm sure they have some sort of like test that they have to pass in order to be accepted into the Mandalorian race or society. But yeah, that's basically what a foundling is. Someone that's not of actual Mandalore descent, but brought into the group from outside.
Okay. All right. Yeah. But through the mentioning of foundlings, we kind of see a bit of a flashback and kind of like some hints at Mando's past. It shows, you know, battles, something going on, basically an attack on a village. You know, explosions and a Mandalorian reaching his hand down to a kid and being like, basically, come with us.
Yeah, and that's basically what that's like the quick and simple, hey, this is what a foundling is type thing, in my opinion.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, hey, your entire village is dead. Hey, come with us. We'll train you.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, after he gets this, he gets his upgrade. We see that he sets out to seek after that bounty.
Yeah.
And he comes in on a planet, which don't know exactly what the planet was, but he lands, starts taking a look around, and next to immediately gets attacked by piranha T-Rexes. before, as they're attacking him, they get tased, and some dude kind of shows up and offers to help him. This dude frequently just says the phrase, "I have spoken." And Sulfirette pointed out that that's roughly the equivalent to "I am Groot." And I can't say that I disagree. Hey Evan, were you in the call when I said that my wife was addicted to Among Us?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's playing it right now.
Hey, Judge.
Sulfirette, get off of that game. We're in the middle of a podcast.
Sorry.
No,
Okay,
she's fine. You're fine.
Adding to that comment too.
Jacob, she is not fine. She is a guest on this episode, and I want to hear more dialogue from her.
1 second. Evan, not too long ago, you completely zoned out because you were playing with your cat. So shut it.
Yeah, but Jacob, the difference is you can edit that out and use that for bloopers.
I guess you're not wrong. But anyway, go ahead. If you had anything to say.
Oh, well, also too, like the Mandalorians, like he always says, like,
This is the way.
Yeah, this is the way too.
Yeah, but that's like more of like a affirmation of their code.
True.
You know,
This is true.
That's I wouldn't say that's so much the same, but in a way, I guess. But
I don't know. I kind of see it as very similar. It's kind of like them ending the conversation with like, "That's that, too bad" type of thing, you know?
Yeah.
So like this guy, like he says, "I have spoken," like, this is what's happening. Just so you know, like you don't get to. We're not discussing this any further.
Basically,
and then,
like
Mando's like,
yeah,
this is the way. Like, this is the way we do things. You're not going to be able to change my mind. You know.
I can see it that way. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, they kind of go off, and this guy had offered him help, you know.
Yeah.
And they start like training, or they like, this guy brings up training on what are called blurgs,
which is like essentially an elephant kangaroo.
I can see that. I liked the Piranha T-Rex version,
okay.
But yeah, both are, yeah.
Piranha T-Rex, that's good.
Yeah. But anyway, and he says, you know, like, amongst this like training session on how to ride them, and them just constantly getting, I mean, he keeps getting thrown off of this thing. Mm-hmm. It's mentioned a little bit about this species, which is kind of cool. It's kind of like a praying mantis. It says all the males are eaten during mating. So it's like all the blurgs that you see are likely going to be female ones. But you and I have talked before, like, how vast the wildlife is that they make up and they write into Star Wars. And so, personally, I always find it very interesting to see more of these and find out more about them. It's kind of cool.
I would like to point out, too, that when Mando is attacked by the two blurgs when he first lands, right?
Yeah.
His gauntlets, so like his forearm armor, for anyone that's not familiar with the actual terms, those actually get damaged quite heavily when he gets attacked by these two creatures.
I didn't point that. I didn't pick that up, but actually now I'm remembering. They also, I mean, it shows a little bit more of his weaponry too, because it just full on had a flamethrower.
Yeah. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out, like, and I would say honestly, all of his armor at this point, besides his helmet and his one pauldron, is what it's called, not cauldron, pauldron with a P, that he got made for him by the armorer.
Yeah.
Besides his helmet and his one pauldron, I would say the rest of his armor is in pretty rough shape, just from, you know, you having used it so long and not being able to actually replace it consistently.
So it might give a little bit of insight as to why he's so eager to be to accept bounties. Maybe he's
searching for more Beskar,
or he's wanting more funds to upgrade, you know, kind of maybe get better armor because he's worn this stuff out. I don't know.
The only problem with that, though, is, again, the armor that he would go with is Beskar made, and Beskar is so rare.
Oh, okay.
I mean, unless unless we're not aware of like maybe he has like a contact where he can buy Beskar, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
They never really specify why he's taking so many contracts.
I feel like it's his armor probably wasn't Beskar, because like if we go back to the scene where like he was first getting that assignment for the current person he's hunting down.
The current target.
Yeah, the current target. Thank you. The old guy dude who with the beard, old guy there who gave him the target. He made the comment that's like it's good for Beskar to be returned back to the Mandalorian race. He made that comment, and I feel like most of it probably got lost after.
Was that a thing?
Yeah, he made that comment. Remember?
Yeah. So, if you remember, Jacob, when Mando gets his like upfront cost of that chunk of Beskar, it's actually got the Empire symbol in it.
Yeah.
Right.
Up in one of the corners. So basically what happened was, during the Empire's reign, and we actually get to see some of it in the Rebels TV show.
Okay.
The Empire is actually taking control of Mandalore. And they're subjugating the people. They're taking the Beskar. And I would say kind of think of it, if you're familiar with the Great Purge, Jacob, that happened after episode 3, where like the Empire hunted down the Jedi that survived.
Oh yeah,
it's kind of similar to that, where the Empire was just hunting down Mandalorians that would not side with them. It's like there was clans that side with the Empire, there was clans that did not side with the Empire, and so the Empire is like hunting down these Mandalorians that did not side with them. While also taking as much Beskar as they can to cripple the Mandalorians, because Mandalorians are known as such formidable warriors. And so once the Empire took all this Beskar, and it got sent to so many different places and whatnot, so it's very hard to come across not even just like one little bar like we saw, but like a huge chunk of it. It's hard just to find it in general, because the Empire just took all of it when they were subjugating the people of Mandalore.
Okay.
And so like Sulfirette said, when the old guy was like, Beskar should be returned to the Mandalorians, it's because the Empire took almost all of it.
Okay. Interesting. All right. Yeah, so sorry, I'm trying to figure out back to where we were before we went into this. You were back to Blurgs.
Mando's trying to tame the Blurgs so he can ride it.
Yeah. Also, I gotta say that if anybody was like super weird, actually there definitely are. If there was anybody who was weird enough to make like some like romance novel fan fiction over these two dudes, right? Mando and the I Have Spoken guy, I can't think of his name. They could easily make a spinoff like just a Blurgback Mountain, right?
Oh my goodness. That'd be some weird, like, romance, though.
I know.
Like, why would you even think about this, Jacob? Why?
It would be grandson. Cause, dude, I'm okay. I'll post a link to my blog where I write all this.
He has a lot of pent up emotions.
I do. I just, yeah,
Yep.
Well, anyway,
moving on.
I only said that because I had a note that says Blurgback riding with Mando. Just like, anyway, that's whatever.
But yeah, so Mando's trying to tame the Blurg and keeps getting thrown off.
Correct.
And he makes a comment to the guy like, I don't know how I'm gonna be able to ride this, blah blah, like basically saying he's not gonna be able to do it. And the guy makes a comment of like, Mandalorians in the past have been known to be able to tame animals and ride them. And it's I guess I personally have not read anything on it or seen anything on it, but I guess like Mandalorians were very good at taking wildlife and using it to their advantage.
Bless you.
Thanks.
Is kind of what I'm taking from that.
Yeah, like they were very
Specifically one species, though. I thought he said.
Oh, I think he was saying specifically that species, like your people, something. I don't know.
Oh,
I can't think of what it was. I don't remember. It was something similar.
I just kind of took it as like wildlife in general. I might have missed.
It may have been. I'm not 100%. Oh, by the way, this guy's name, Queel.
Oh.
What?
Nothing.
What?
I'll tell you when you're older.
Did you think I was going to say something else?
I didn't think you were going to say something else, but my mind went to something else.
All right, never mind. Let's move on.
And that's a scary place to go. Is my mind.
All right. So anyway, he learns how to ride one. They set off, and Queel, Evan, keep your mind out of the gutter, goes with him and shows him this, basically a small little settlement that this target's supposed to be at, and it has been taken over by, I don't know if I want to say bandits. What would you say?
I would say... I think bandits would honestly probably be the best description for it, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, like a bandit military base.
Yeah, kind of like a bandit outpost. They've taken over a settlement.
Yeah, like bandits are outlaws. Well, I guess Queel says mercenaries.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he calls them mercenaries. So I'm assuming someone has hired these mercenaries to hold on to Mando's target.
Probably, yeah.
Maybe protect the target.
Yeah.
I think mercenary outpost is a good, like that outpost term, because the whole like feel of it at this point in the episode is kind of like a Wild West.
Yeah.
Kind of feel. I don't know.
Not as much as the most recent one.
That's
though.
True. That's
but
true.
I would say honestly, a lot of this show is very Wild
kind of like
West.
Lone Ranger-ish.
Yeah, Wild West feel to
for sure. Yeah,
just
sure.
to like some of the standoffs, like what we saw with Mando and the Stormtroopers, had a very Wild West feel to it. What we'll see here later in this episode has a heavy Wild West feel to it. The little town, I would just call it a little town or village that we see, very Wild West feel to it. It's got like one. It looks like almost like one road in, a well in the center, buildings on the side. You know, that typical Wild West town.
Yeah. Yeah, true. But anyway, as he's searching over the area that Queel has led him to, he sees a bounty droid, and it's just walking on into the village. And so he's like, I forget what he said, but he's obviously like, no, and like, kind of like just this moment of crap kind of thing.
And honestly, though, we get to see some badassery here from the bounty droid, though.
Oh yeah, this thing, for sure. But
and for those that have seen the Clone Wars TV show, we actually have seen this type of droid before. In the maybe not the TV show, but in the Clone Wars movie, the cartoon movie that we watched, and that you and I did an episode on, Jacob.
Yep, me and Marcel did an episode on that one.
We see one of these droids
episodes,
in that movie. I don't know if we've seen one yet in the TV show, but if I'm not mistaken, we do see one in a future season of the TV show.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so he goes in, and I want to say he like confronts the droid.
Yeah.
Like talks to it, and they discuss the bounty. And basically the go ahead.
Sorry, I don't like interrupting you because like you're on a roll.
Well, you do it a lot, Evan.
I know, but it's just like I'll be watching the episode and I'll see a key moment that I just kind of like want to point out.
Yeah,
and you'll be like maybe 1 or 2 minutes ahead of that moment, and I'm just like, no, I gotta get it in there.
I see. Kind of like your what you're saying when you pick up your cat and push her towards the dryer. I gotta get it in there.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Or the oven, or microwave, or
yeah, whatever it may be.
Or the bathtub with a toaster in it.
Yeah, you just put the cat in the bathtub with the toaster, and that's yeah.
Anyways, though,
making a murderer on this episode.
When Mando confronts the bounty hunting droid, the IG unit.
Yep, IG-11.
Yeah, he goes he kind of steps out from a corner, while the IG unit is still trying to be like subparagraph whatever blah blah blah, give me the asset. You know, he comes around the corner, so the IG unit stand down, and the IG just quickly swivels over and shoots at him.
Oh right, yeah.
And actually hits him. It looked like in his, would that be his right shoulder?
Yeah.
Hits him in the right shoulder and knocks him over. Before realizing that he's actually part of the guild as well.
Right.
But anyways, Jacob, please continue. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I forgot about that scene. But anyway, so they discuss the bounty. End up the IG-11 initially is like, I was here first, basically, and then he's like, well, you don't have the bounty or the target yet, so maybe not, kind of thing. They're discussing it, who gets it, and then they agree to split it.
Yeah. And at that point, you know, Mando is like, why don't you get over here out of the open so we can, you know, like, so we can figure out what we're gonna do, how we're gonna proceed.
Right.
But you know, then they start taking fire again from some guy hiding on top of a building.
Right.
And you know, all the mercenaries come out, and you know, firefight ensues.
Right.
And I just thought it was funny that the IG-11 is just out there in the open taking hits like a champ, and Mando's like ducking cover and moving around and whatnot.
Yeah. And that droid keeps trying to self-destruct because it's like, nope, there's no way out. Initiating self-destruct sequence. And he's like, no, knock it off, and like keeps yelling at him. But then they kind of formulate a plan. They step out to shoot at them, and they see a guy rolling in with a minigun.
Yeah.
So then they're like, all right, and they like jump back, and eventually he shoots the guy, pulls the minigun like kind of near him, and then meanwhile running and mounting it and just taking out everybody.
I'm sorry, I just have to point out again though, like how funny and like just badass it is that the droid is just out there like spinning and shooting and just like just going ham.
Yeah,
it's just like I just find it so dope.
Right. But he destroys everybody with a minigun. This droid's walking underneath like a doorway or something, and you hear Mando, I want to say, go like, he's like up above or something, and the droid just aims up without even looking and just shoots, and then down drops a guy.
Like you said, that droid just keeps trying to initiate self-destruct.
Yeah, and he keeps doing that. So they find the door where, after they eliminate pretty well everybody, and does not self-destruct. He runs a quick diagnostic test, and like, because he's like, are you critically hit or something like that, and the droid's like, no, and doesn't. So they do that. Then there's a door in front of them, and they just have this moment. They're like, all right, how are we going to get in? And they both pause, and they look, and they see the minigun, and they just literally use it to cut a hole like around the door frame. That knocks down. They take out the remaining thugs, and they find that the target is being tracked, like they're tracking it. The tracker is pointing towards this little pod.
Not pointing, but like it's beeping more.
I want to say pointing, but like it's
directing
signaling
them
towards.
over to it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. And so they open it up, and they find the target.
And this is like a small pod. Like this is like.
Oh yeah, the thing's maybe the size of a microwave.
Yeah, there you go.
Probably a little bigger, but it's a big microwave, big enough for Evie. So
And remember, like, I think, just to bring it up again, right, their target is a 50-year-old.
Right. This target is 50 years old. He makes that comment, and IG-11 goes, well, some species age differently. And then it looks into it, and you see the child, which has become the icon for Star Wars. But it is, well, I mean, looks like Yoda, and it's a baby.
It's a baby Yoda.
It's not a baby Yoda, but it's the child that looks like a baby Yoda.
It's Yoda's baby.
It's preemie Yoda.
Yoda and Yaddle's baby. Confirmed.
That's not... No, shut up, Evan. I refuse to accept that as its origin.
I am waiting for Disney to come out and just be like, yeah, that's Yoda and Yaddle's baby. I'm waiting for it.
I swear if it is, I'm going to be very angry. If they confirm that, I don't know.
Anyways, though.
Yes, anyway.
IG-11 says that, the commission specifically says to, terminate the target and aims its blaster at the child.
Right.
At which point Mando shoots IG-11 in the head to destroy it, to stop it from killing the child.
Right. And, and then so he kills it. Well, it zooms in on Mando's face to make it seem like IG shot, but then you see IG fall down. Like, so, but anyway, and then Mando's staring at the pod, staring at the child, and there's just this little E.T. phone home ending. Yeah,
the last thing we see is, Mando pointing at the child, and the child, reaching up for his hand.
Correct.
Before we get credits.
And, credits, there we go. And that is the very first chapter, the very first episode of season 1 of The Mandalorian.
Indeed.
So, any after we broke it down kind of thoughts from either of you two?
I just feel like there's a connection. You can feel like there's a connection between Mando and this little green thing that he found.
Boom, another fan. Actually, that'd be pretty illegal. Never mind. Well, okay, so here's a never mind, not going there. Let's
just avoid that. I think I know where you're going with that. Let's just avoid that completely.
Yep.
All right.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Dear Lord,
there is kind of this little,
please forgive his sinning soul.
Shut up. But yeah, there's kind of this connection between the two, and it's kind of like this recognition that he just saved this child's life. The child kind of almost recognizes that. I want to say maybe.
I disagree. No? I think what he sees in this child, which is a 50-year-old per thing, but anyway, I think he sees himself, because it's he was a foundling. Spoiler alert. He was a foundling, and now it's he has found another foundling. I almost feel like...
Just call them orphans.
See, I wouldn't even... I would have to disagree with you there, simply for where we're at in the show. We're right at the beginning. I would say it's kind of I would say it's a little bit like what Jacob was saying, a little bit of a connection. But also, at this point, I think Mando is still just seeing a paycheck. At this point in the show, I think he's still just seeing a paycheck.
Well, I guess...
I don't know. I think there's a scratch.
I don't know.
Something
he may have... So obviously he's kind of got that idea that he doesn't want it killed, but he does get double the reward of it coming in alive. Or dead, sorry.
No, not dead. He gets the full reward if it's alive, half if it's dead.
That's what I meant. I meant double the reward if he brought it in dead, which would, because that would be half, therefore be full, double that. Never mind. I'm being stupid and convoluted, but I'm
confused on what you're trying to say here.
So say that he got, let's just say, in terms of trying to figure it out logically, right? If he brings it in dead, let's say he gets $50. That's half of 100. He would get 100 if he brought it in alive. So 100 is double 50, but also a half of 100. I worded it stupidly. Never mind. I'm so either way, yes.
But I would argue more money. There is some kind of maybe he's not fully there, but there is something that he like has a connection to with him, because if you think back on the blue guy, he gave the blue guy in the very beginning of the episode no regard, not even like a head turn, right? He was super professional, and for him to like reach down and kind of like, I don't know, like, and the little thing reach up, there is some kind of connection. Now, granted, is it fully there yet? No, I would agree with you there, Evan. But I think there's something beginning. Like, the plot is thickening a little bit.
There's some sort of, like, there's definitely, like a moral hesitancy he has. But, like, obviously, and I think that it's definitely towards, he's got this moral obligation. It's like, no, don't kill it. It's a kid. Like, but also, I feel like he's also thinking, bringing it alive is more money.
I feel
and it's for me now. Like, maybe there's a little bit of that, but I think the main moral thing is, like, don't kill a baby. Like,
I feel like,
come on.
Okay, there's a mix. Okay, part of me feels like, A, it's a droid. He'd rather kill the droid anyway.
Well, he's probably got a little bit of bias there.
And then there's, like, a mix between, like, okay, who actually hired the droid? Because whoever hired him said, like, well, I wanted it alive. Yeah, dead maybe, if we get it, if it's in dead. But mostly alive. But then the other one says, like, oh, too bad the assignment was to kill it. So there's, like,
that is true. I never really thought of that. Yeah, the droid says, the contract was to terminate the target, whereas Mando was told they wanted alive.
And I always took it like Mando was like, okay, A, you're a droid, I'm going to kill you anyway. And B, it's like, okay, we're working for different people. We're not bringing it to the same person. It had nothing to do with, like, the child itself.
He never wanted to split the reward either. He was probably true. Like, dude,
I mean, that's a part of it also.
I don't know.
But I would just say, though, honestly, at this point, I think Mando's big concern right now is the paycheck. I do believe there is a little bit of a connection being formed there, with the whole hands reaching to each other type thing. But I think his main concern still, and what he's most worried about, is just getting paid. I think he's looking for the reward right now more than anything.
I think that's a big part of it, and I don't want to say I don't know if I'm big on the whole connection part. I don't think that's there yet necessarily, but I think it's part of me wants to say it's more so the moral issue of the why he like killed the droid that was gonna kill the kid. It's like it's probably both motives there. It's like don't kill it, but also more money.
I would say it's not.
I don't think that there's much of a connection.
I think that the connection wasn't at that moment.
I think there's a small bit of a connection being formed right at the end, right before cutscene.
Yes.
At the moment, when Mando kills the droid, no connection. Whatever. Mando's like, "Don't kill it. I want more money." In my opinion, right?
And it was sketchy on who they even are, if they were even working on this for the same person.
Okay, maybe.
But I think the connection comes after, and it kind of is like everything else is silent, everyone's dead, and this little thing reaches up towards it, and I think something that kind of settles. There's something that settles in that scene that's like something is forming.
I feel like it's kind of like a little like thought in the back of his head that he doesn't even realize is there yet. Is starting to form at that point.
Yeah,
that's a good way to describe it.
But like I said, I just, at this point, I think his eye is on the prize. He wants the money. He wants the Beskar. That's his chief concern.
Yeah, Jacob.
Okay. I wasn't the one who really... Whatever. Never mind.
Yeah, I saw you picking over a fight. You're going to be like, I disagree with both of these people.
Well, anyway, I guess I don't really have any closing comments regarding it. I mean, I love this show.
Jacob?
What?
Jacob?
What?
Do you have a sponsor for this episode? Is that for the Clone Wars one?
Clone Wars?
I want to know what it is.
Yeah, actually, this episode was sponsored by Blurgback Riding with Queel. You ever want to ride a blurg? I don't know. I don't want to
ride a blurg, so go see Queel. He knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing.
Ever want to ride a blurg in the sand dunes off into the sunset on a beautiful day, well, call this 8100 number and get in contact with Queels Ranches.
Queels Ranches. Yeah. Yeah.
And a blurk back ride for you will only be $99.
99. Wait, hold on.
99.99.
99.
For 3 easy payments of $39.99 calamari flan, you can be riding those majestic beasts across. This is really stuttering.
Can I get a yippee-ki-yay?
Yippee-ki-yay, mother trucker.
But remember, never try to negotiate prices because he's already spoken. I don't know. That was really bad. This is why we don't have sponsors. Yeah. Not only that, but there's some other reasons. But regardless.
Any final comments from either of you? Final thoughts, comments?
It's good.
No?
Yeah, no, not really. Just if you guys are...
How about from you, Evan?
Yeah, actually, really quick.
I ain't got.
All right. That's a little laughing sound. Kind of missed using that, so there we go. So anyway, yeah, if go ahead and share this with your friends if you found it interesting. If you want to hear more from Evan and I, check out Evan on YouTube at Future Instinct and me on YouTube as well at Rude, Crude, and Socially Unacceptable.
Also,
than that, yes.
Reminder.
Okay.
Every 1,000 downloads, blooper reel.
Oh yeah.
Whenever we get to 100 reviews?
Yeah, 100 reviews on Apple Podcasts. We will do a live stream.
Yes.
But those are just kind of some benchmarks to work towards.
I'm assuming we will have links in the description for our email for any questions, along with the Discord server.
Correct. Those will be in the description as well if you guys want to join the community that, you get some exclusive kind of, I want to say information. Like, I don't know, I post my notes on the Discord server. I post updates there, and it's just kind of a place if you guys want to come in and chat, you can. If you want to get in contact with one of us, it's a way of doing that. But
and I will say we do have 30 members in our Discord server right now, not including me and you. So
yeah, so go and join the community that's hopefully forming there. Other than that, hope to see you in the next episode where we cover Chapter 2 of The Mandalorian.
Indeed.
Deuces!